So a little bit of a different video. It's a bit of an unboxing video, to be fair. So an essential part of koi keeping and koi keeping equipment is obviously a microscope. Now, it doesn't really matter what microscope you've got, to be fair, because they all do the same kind of thing but in different ways. So whether you've got a £20 microscope off eBay or wherever it may be, or whether you've got a £500 microscope from some high-end company, they all relatively do the same thing but different levels, if that makes sense. So the cheap microscope's still going to spot parasites, but not probably as well as an expensive microscope. But everybody has to start somewhere. So you've got an issue with your fish, you scrape the fish, you've got it on a slide, you're looking through a lens at the parasites and to identify what parasite it is. Or then you can get the LCD type microscopes where you can put the slide under the microscope and look through a little LCD screen and scan the parasites that way. And then there's bigger and better, obviously. So most people tend to start out with a basic microscope, and in all fairness, most people stick with that microscope and find it does enough for what they want to identify a parasite and then to be able to treat it, etc. Some of the cheaper microscopes you can plug into a laptop or a computer and view it on a larger screen. So the microscope I started with was it was a student microscope, Velux LX or something like that, which was a really good microscope, to be fair. It identified the parasites. It was a bit of a strain on my eyes. My eyesight's not great anyway, but looking through a little viewing glass, if you like, I found difficult in straining my other eye. So I decided to upgrade, and the student one I put it on. It might have been GKP, Gazzy's Live, I think. Somebody was looking for a microscope and I says, I've got one, you're welcome to it. And a lady come over and collected it, but I upgraded to one of the more expensive ones, one of the Bressa LCD ones. Again, very good microscope. It was a couple of £100, I think it was, 240 quid, something like that. Really good microscope, to be fair. LCD screen, and that was my go-to microscope for some time. I did have a fault with it. The table wouldn't slide up and down properly, so I sent it back to Bressa, and Bressa sent me a brand new replacement. And that was the microscope I'd been using. And I quite liked it, to be fair, but I had a friend who got exactly the same microscope, and unfortunately he dropped it, and he said, I'm going to chuck this in the skip, do you want it? And I said, well, yeah, I'll have it for spares, it might come in handy, you never know. So the back was cracked and one thing and another, so I decided to strip it off. I'm a bit of a tatter. I like to have a tat. So I stripped it down. The casing was broke, which I glued. found to have a damaged LCD screen. So I've done a search on the serial number on the internet, and I came across one on AliExpress. So I ordered that in, fitted it, and it was working. It all works fine. So I thought, well, the one that I'd had replaced from Bresser, I'll put it on the groups. Somebody can benefit from it. Sold it really at a really good price, to be fair, and it was snaffled up. So I've carried on using the damaged one, if you like, the repaired one. And to be fair, that done everything it needed to do, but it's like everything else. I made a visit to, well, I do a regular visit to Five Towns Coy. I like to pop in and see Nigel and the lads in there. It's really good. Ronnie, really good lad. Trouble is, I always come away with something, unfortunately. It's a bit of an addiction. But yeah, I nipped over there and they offer a scrape service. Basically, you take a scrape of your fish and they sit down and put it under their microscope and identify what parasites you may or may not have, and give you the best advice on what and how to treat. And then they don't really charge you for that service, but what they ask you to do is to give a little donation to charity, which is a really nice touch, to be fair, and it's a charity close to Nigel's heart, so that's a really good idea. But to cut to the chase, I've seen Ronnie doing a check on the microscope, under the microscope, and I thought, wow, what an outstanding microscope. I mean, the screen was crystal clear. It was a touch screen one where you could zoom in by touch, a bit like a tablet really. And I thought, wow, I need one of them, because it was ease on the eyes, it didn't give you a headache, etc, etc. So I came away and I'd done some checking up on the internet, and they're an expensive microscope, to be fair. It's a Bresser Researcher. It's got a really big screen, and a bigger table, etc, etc, but it's high end. I mean, the value tells you it's an high end one. And I thought, oh, I can't justify spending that amount of money, so I'll stick with my LCD one, the one that I repaired. I'll just show you now the one I mean. 1 second. So this is the one I use. This is the one I use, and it was all cracked on the back, and I had to replace the screen, which I put a brand new screen in. It's still got the cover on, to be fair. So that's the Bresser one that I was gifted and repaired. Does a really good job. But last scrape I done, I thought, you know what, I could really do with a better one that's going to be a lot easier on the eyes and one thing and another. Not knocking this, by far I'm not knocking this. This is a really good scope, to be fair. It is a really good scope, and a lot of people do use this one. But I went back onto the internet searching for this Bresser Researcher, because I thought, you know what, that's the one I want. And once I set my mind on something, I didn't let go, to be fair. So that brings us on to the unboxing. So I'll just sit you down a second. And start the unboxing. So this is the Bressa Researcher with a 5-year warranty. And I'm not going to lie to you, I did get it a lot cheaper than they are, because I kept searching and searching and searching, and I kept looking and looking and looking. One day this Researcher microscope popped up on my notifications, and I thought, what? That can't be right at that price. And me being me, I thought, you know what, bang, and I hit the button and I purchased it. It was kind of, let me think, £150 cheaper than what they normally are. I was over the moon, and I thought, you know what, that's never going to turn up. I'll cancel my order or something will go wrong. But lo and behold, it turned up. It turned up yesterday. So let's get it unboxed and see what we've got. Some people might like this video, some people might not. It's just something different. Just my experiences on microscope. And as I say, there's nothing wrong with a student microscope. Everybody's got to start somewhere, and it's a good way of learning to use microscopes, etc. So looking at this, it's really well packaged. Might be able to use that for a little grow on koi. So it's really well packaged. You watch, I'll open the box and there'll be a pig in Jack in the box or something stupid in it. With my luck. But we'll see. I mean, there might be people out there that's already got this one and they've got their own opinions on it. As I say, there's a lot of people. I mean, this is an expensive scope, to be fair. But when I seen the quality of the one that Nigel and Ronnie use at 5 Towns Koi, I thought, you know what, it's a different level. Wow, there's some weight in it. There's some weight in it. So that's a big boy. Oh, it even comes with an SD. Oh, that's generous. 4 gig, that ain't gonna do a lot, is it? But yeah, it comes with an SD card as well. So that's a big old microscope, to be fair. I mean, that's the size of my hand, and that, I mean, I've only got little hands anyway, but that's the size of my hand, and that's the size of the screen. I don't know what size that is. 1 second. So that screen is 190mm across, 110mm deep. And as I say, that there is some pigging weight to that, to be fair. That's the card just dropped on the floor. So yeah, that's 10. $60. I don't know what that one is at the back there. 4. So you got 4, 10, 40 and 60. I think this one here had only got the 3, which was 4, 10 and 100, whatever that means. I've got a lot of learning to do, obviously. Big table on it. Excuse the camera. Some bits and bobs in here. HDMI cable if you want to use it through the television, I suppose. USB cable. The charger. I presume that's some 1 second, I'll just put you down, sorry. I presume this is some slides, yeah. So some slides. And a cover. There's no tweezers and stuff like you normally get in the other ones. To be fair, I think there's some accessories missing out of this box, if truth be known. But I'll look up. I'll look up in the instructions after, but to be honest, the accessories are not important anyway. I'm just looking through the instructions now. Now that's all that's supposed to be in the box, so yeah, apologise for that. A bit of negativity there from me, and it shouldn't have been, sorry. So yeah, that's the scope. As you can see, really big screen. Sorry about that, guys. Dawn's just come out and she's worried the fish are getting cold, so she's covered them up. It's alright, I'll loose the cover off the window during the day so we can see them. Yeah, so I'm going to get this plugged in now, and we'll have a look at it to see what the difference is. So let me just get it plugged in, guys, and then I'll jump back to you 1 second. So I'm back, guys. Yeah, there's the difference in the two in size. As you can see, there's a big difference in the screens. What I'm going to do now is just I'll get one of the test slides and put one of the test slides underneath, because you're seeing this as the same time as me. I haven't done any. You've just seen the unboxing and stuff, so it's all new to me as well. But let me just get a slide, and we'll put a slide under and see how that goes. 1 second. So yeah, guys, I've now got that on the oh, sorry, I've now got that on the slide, and this is a housefly leg. And with this, what you can do is zoom. You can zoom in on the touch screen and zoom back out, and as you can see how clear that is, that's really I mean, if I stand back here, that's really brilliant on the eyes. That's going to make eye strain a lot better, or a lot less eye strain, should I say. That one's set at 4. Obviously there's a lot of settings to play around with. I don't. Oh, oh wow, wow! Just look at that. Just look at that. That is absolutely magnificent. How clear is that? You know what, guys, I know it's an expensive bit of kit, and they all do the same, as I said in the earlier on in the video, but the quality of that, I'm gobsmacked. They're really good, proper good scope for an LCD scope. And as I say, the standard student ones, they all do the same thing. You all get to see the parasites, etc. But this is another level. It really is another level. To be able to pinch like on a tablet, that's going to be really helpful. There's a lot I've got to do on here. I've got to learn a lot. I mean, this moves the slide up and down, side to side. I mean, I don't really want to have parasites. I don't really want to have to do any scrapes, but that is going to make life a lot easier. So yeah, guys, I mean, that's just a quick, well, I say quick, 20 odd minutes on the new scope. I'll never part with that one, obviously. It's always handy to have a backup. And as I say, that was gifted to me by a good friend, and I really appreciate it. That is going to that'll be a good backup for me. And obviously, if somebody's struggling with parasites and don't have a scope, they can always borrow that, not a problem. But that is just, that one's just on another level. Really is. There's a lot of focusing and stuff you've got to do. Oh, look at that. Oh my word. Yeah, guys, I'm really pleased with that. I'm sorry if it's not the sort of video you wanted to see, but I thought I'd do something different. And people do, if I got the original scope here, I could have compared all the scopes and one thing and another. But as I say, I started off with a basic student one, and it done the job, but it did give me headaches, and it was difficult looking through that glass, to be fair, that eyeglass. So then, as I say, that was my next one. I've only had 3 scopes. That was my next one, and then I've moved on to this one. Personal preference and your budget, etc, etc, but that is I mean, I'm into the Koi hobby now, so yes, that was expensive, but that's going to last me, I would hope, a long time. There's a 5-year warranty on it. I'll never have to change it again, because that screen's just bang on, to be fair, the size of that screen. So yeah, guys, just a little insight onto different microscopes, if you like. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, and I'd just like to say thank you for all the new subscribers and all the old ones. Really appreciate it. As I said in the early days, I didn't start the channel to be a YouTuber. I haven't got a face for camera, only radio. I just wanted to show my journey, basically, from building the pond when I was going through my issues and one thing and another. But it seems to have helped a lot of people along the way. I have comments from people saying thanks for putting that video out, I didn't realise that, and it's good to see your content, one thing and another. So I really appreciate your subscriptions, guys. I really do. It means a lot. So guys, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm going to leave it at that then, guys. All the best, guys. Jobs are fish.